Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Thursday, April 28, 2022. Sun in Taurus and a waning crescent moon in Aries. We express ourselves when we use our physical resources to reinforce security in our lives, and we have the inner courage to take action toward our goals. The waning crescent moon points our actions in the direction of decrease, simplifying our lives by actively releasing attitudes and dispositions that have gotten in our way, letting go of ideals that no longer serve us, and pushing out the stuff and things that are weighing us down. The new moon will be in 2 days on Friday, so we are almost there to the clean slate. Keep pushing it out, friends. Uranus and Mercury are also in Taurus at this time. Things have been changing, friends, and as they continue to do so, they become a bigger part of our conversations. Specifically, we are focused on having what we need to thrive and making plans to garner those resources based on the changes we perceive. Okay, I'm going to get right into the aspects, but first I will point out the handcrafted key on the side of the page. Most of the symbols on the page have made it into the key, so if you desire a point of reference, it's right over here on the right. I've otherwise divided the page into 2 columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon is the luminary that sheds light on our inner lives. This is our relationship with ourselves, what it feels like for you to be in your body, heart, and mind, and in your home. The transits and aspects that the moon makes are all very brief, and they have a subtle impact on those things you think, feel, know, and intuit, but may choose whether to express. The sun is the luminary that sheds light on our outer lives. Excuse me. This is the outward expression of yourself in the world, specifically in your work, social, and civic spaces. I address the sun and the rest of the planet's movements on this side because they have a greater influence on that outward expression. And we begin on the sun side today. It's actually all on the sun side today at 7:05 a.m. Central Standard Time, friends. Mercury goes trine to Pluto. Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, let us know your experience around this 2 weeks long aspect between Mercury and Pluto. The ideal functioning of trine energy here allows Pluto to lend power to our thoughts, plans, and communications. We can be very persuasive at this time in helping others see things from our perspective and even getting them to support our efforts. This aspect is with us through Juneteenth, or the 19th of June, which is historically the day when the last of the enslaved people in the United States were informed of their freedom. But yeah, this will be with us through 6/19, and just take advantage of this very positive trine aspect between your intellect and sort of the inner power, the inner depths, the power that comes from within, those resources that come from in, our ability to see and know deeply. At this time, like, we can look inside ourselves and see the truth very clearly, and we can also peer deeply into other situations and also people, and sort of understand where they're coming from as well. It's a great time to be communicating about what's really deeply held, felt, or understood. In the ongoing column, Venus conjunct Neptune will be with us through tomorrow. Taurus, Libra, and Pisces, bringing in the possibility of growing deeper bonds with someone already in our lives. Our compassion and romanticism are strong now, and we are deeply moved by beauty. Mercury sextile Neptune will be with us through the 29th, so tomorrow. I put 492 there, 429. So Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces, this one is for you. This aspect may find us in a more spiritual or creative mindset right now. Your plans and conversations regarding your connection to spirit and to humanity, and your dreams of self-expression are likely to bear good fruit at this time. That cooperative vibration brings about good outcomes. Mercury square Saturn with us through the 1st of May, so a few more days, brings up the requirement of mental labor with some challenges to communicating what it is we're working on without facing negative feedback. Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Some of the things we're working on may be better dealt with on our own. Save the expression of these thoughts and plans for when they're better formed. Get your ideas in order before you share them with others when it comes to this sort of hard mental labor, this thing that you're really working on. And, that's really just so that, if we have a positive attitude about something, but we know the people around us are not going to necessarily have a positive attitude, it's sort of a don't bring me down vibe, right? Like, I'm working hard on this. I'm going to come together with my plan. I think the other day I said something about robbing a bank. If you want to rob a bank with your friends, you probably need to come up with a plan before you let your friends know what it is you're doing. And then Mercury sextile Venus will be with us through the 11th of May, giving us this positive, cooperative vibration right here between the intellect and our ability to attract. That's the intellect, that's our ability to attract what we need and desire. Taurus, Gemini, and Virgo and Libra have ruling planets here. At this time, we're empowered to negotiate the terms by which we receive attention, affection, compensation. I encourage you to take advantage of this energetic opportunity. I see us really communicating a lot about what stabilizes us, what makes us feel secure, and also what makes us feel connected. While we're also experiencing this time, just a couple of days here of feeling extra connected, right? Feeling more capable of being receptive and connected to the people around us. Tomorrow, Pluto kicks off our retrograde season for this year, and that's right here. And Mercury makes ingress to its home sign of Gemini, right there. On the same day, Venus will go conjunct to Jupiter down here. And we have that new moon in Taurus on Saturday. And also coming up on Sunday is the beginning of Beltane, or the solar aspect of Beltane. Lunar Beltane is a little bit further down the road, but this is the midpoint between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. So this is the time where spring begins to blend. It's the middle of spring, and it's beginning to blend into summer. It's starting to get warmer. We're really noticing things heating up outside, and the flowers are blooming, and everything is getting green and lush right now. Okay, and that's it for today's astrology. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe, click the notifications bell. I post here every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. And friends, I appreciate it so much that you comment and ask questions and provide encouragement. It's very encouraging and helpful to me, and it isn't just gratifying for me to know that you're listening, but it lets YouTube know that you're engaged in the content, and that helps a lot as well. Also, if you know anyone for whom this guidance may resonate, I encourage you to share. Sharing is caring. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk about Tarot as it relates to astrology today. First, I will discuss the Tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll do a quick rundown of today's astrology before throwing a random card that hopefully speaks to today's energies. So, the Tarot card on the side of the page is the Five of Pentacles. And this relates to the first 10 days of the sun's transit through Taurus. We've been sitting with this card for a little while. We're going to switch it up pretty soon. Five of Pentacles, first of all, Pentacles is about Earth. So it's about your physical resources, your body, your wealth, your possessions, the money that you have. And so Pentacles in this case, and that's the Earth sign too. Like Taurus is fixed Earth. That's very much about feeling, being in our bodies, being able to put down roots in the earth, figuratively and literally, and pulling in the resources that we need to keep our bodies well and to feel that we are supported and well maintained. So, Five of Pentacles here is about a time of lack. It can be a time of need or desperation. You see these people are walking around in the snow without shoes on. One of them has crutches. So, there's a physical lack here, whether it be of resources or of bodily well-being. And the thing you don't want to ignore, although these people are out in the cold, and that's definitely the main part of the picture, the thing you don't want to ignore is that they're walking right past a building that is made out of resources. It's literally shining a light on the world that says, hey, there's money in here. See all those coins, all those pentacles there. So, don't pass up on resources, especially if you are in a time of need. Don't pass up on resources that are available to you. And in fact, if you are struggling, if there's something that you lack, and it's something that you do need, like, don't freeze your feet off out of pride because you didn't know how, or didn't feel like you wanted to ask for shoes or the resources to buy shoes. And I mean that allegorically, but it can also be literally. Like, if you need shoes, go find a resource that can bring you some shoes, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some cards while I remind myself and the cards that the Sun is in Taurus with Mercury and Uranus. So Sun, Mercury, and Uranus, our outer life focus is about changes and planning as we seek to garner the resources that we need to grow strong. And then the waning crescent, nearly new moon, is bringing us closer to a clean slate. Keep pushing out those thoughts, attitudes, ideas, and things that no longer serve to help you reach your goals. In a couple of days, we'll have this nice cleared out space from which to set new intentions and make new goals, or begin the next phase of our larger goals. And that moon in Aries is a time when, if from the inside we feel a lot of initiative, our bodies really desire to take action, it's time to be on the move. And no lunar aspects today, friends. So, our major lunar influence is just that waning crescent moon in Aries. It's a great time. You can just be active about getting rid of the things, be on the move about pushing things out. On the Sun side of the page, today we get Mercury trine Pluto. Beautiful, beautiful aspect that's going to be with us for over a month. So that's really great. Mercury's aspects are generally pretty short, but Pluto's about to go retrograde, so that has something to do with the timing here as well. And then Mercury's going to go retrograde. So right now, all these planets are moving directly ahead right now. Mercury and Pluto are working exactly the way they do. Mercury is about your thoughts, plans, and communications, your day-to-day running around that you do. And Pluto is about the inner depths. It is about the mystery. It is about what's beyond the veil. Pluto reaches down into your subconscious. And so, we have this special ability to see, to think, to know, right down into our subconscious what it is that we specifically, truly, deeply need and desire. So, and we have the ability to see deeply also into other people and to situations that we're in. So that really kind of gives us superpowers to see, think, plan, conversate, and create our plans surrounding what it is that we know on a deeper level, and what we most desire in our lives. And then Sun conjunct Neptune was just yesterday and today. Hopefully you felt the love. Hopefully you felt the extra receptiveness to those people that you're connected to. And this was specifically a time when, there was somebody that we might be connected to that we could even create a deeper bond with at this time. So, I'd be interested to hear if that came up for any of you all. Mercury sextile Neptune. It's time to think about the connections that we're making. It's time to think about those bonds, to converse about how we're feeling, and to really, make our plans while considering our connection not just to other humans, but to humanity in general and to spirit. Mercury square Saturn, giving things serious thought, but not necessarily expressing the stuff you're working on really hard in your mind. And maybe it's about getting the resources that you need, right? you really want to you want to be selective about who it is that you share some things with. If you know that you're going to face negativity or denial, I don't pull my tarot cards out everywhere I go. Because I live in the South, but I also just live in a world where people may or may not take tarot, in a light that is positive. So, that's just an example of something that I don't necessarily just share with anybody. I have to think about who it is that I'm going to share it with. Because it's something that I'm serious about, and I need the other people around me when they're with me doing tarot to take it seriously as well. And then Mercury sextile Venus, negotiate the terms by which you are willing to receive the attention, affection, and compensation that you need. Talk about it, right? We just got this expanded idea. We had that Jupiter conjunct Neptune, this expanded idea of like how we can be connected and more of what we can be, do, and have. Jupiter's been doing a lot of that action lately for us. And so, every time our minds get open and our eyes get open to something bigger that we can be, do, and have, then it's time to negotiate the terms, right, by which you receive. That's what Venus is about, is how we receive the things that we like, love, and can't get enough of. Okay, and with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn this card. Oh, friends, we got the Chariot. I love this. Okay, so for one thing, we got the reason I like this is that we've got the Moon in Aries, and the Chariot is a very action-oriented card. It's really a lot about harnessing our drives to move us in the direction of our dreams. Okay, Mercury and Pluto here sort of remind me right now of these two sphinxes that apparently pull the chariot, right? So the idea is that you've got these two sort of mythical beasts that are pulling you forward, right? And that can just relate to personal drives that we have. And like on the one hand, we've got this very fast, close to the sun personal drive that's our everyday thinking, communicating, planning, that kind of stuff, running around. And then on the other hand, we've got the polar opposite. The Pluto is way out there. It's the last planet out there. So you got the first planet and the last planet, right? And this really beautiful trine energy together. I kind of think about all the planets in between sort of being affected by this beautiful, ideal, functioning energy. So there's your Mercury and your Pluto. And Pluto is really about, the depths, what you really want, what's deep in your heart, what's even in your subconscious that we can't really necessarily see. But I think it's going to be expressed. We're going to find out a lot about ourselves, a lot about others, and the situations that we're in with other people at this time. And again, the Chariot in conjunction with the Five of Pentacles here, this represents a need or a lack, and this represents the willpower that it takes to rein in our impulsive behaviors, rein in even our compulsive behaviors, and make them work for us to get to where we want to go, to get those resources. You see that the Chariot is a very well-resourced person. They wear a crown, they've got a lot of metal on, they've got this sweet ride that they ride around in, right? The Chariot can also be about a vehicle, a car, if maybe some of you really need a new car. So it's going to take a little willpower. It's going to take a little bit of drive to get there, but you can definitely wrangle that into position for yourself. You can think, plan, and communicate to get the things that you really need. Okay, and I think that's all I have to say about that today, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you all for being here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.